Hello everybody and welcome back to this very special episode of the Kamidogu podcast. I am Christopher Beljanovsky, and joining me once again is my co-host, the man, the myth, the legend, Toasty.
Toasty! Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another great episode of Kamidogu Podcast. Today, we have a very different type of feature. If there is one thing all Mortal Kombat fans are craving right now, it is the highly anticipated Mortal Kombat 12. Discussions have been growing more and more as of late, and so today, me and Christopher found it most fitting to release a feature revolved around this particular title. But it doesn't just end there. Joining us today is not one, not two, but 6 crazy guests. And that's all crazy with a K, people. We have a number of special guests today and who are all devoted Mortal Kombat fans. There's much to talk about and lots of fun ahead. So with that out of the way, let's get straight to it. So to begin, why don't you all introduce yourselves to our audience and tell us a bit about what you do?
We should go in alphabetical order.
An alphabet?
All right. I guess I'll go first then, if it's the Island Boys.
Yes. It starts with
You're right. So I'm the Island Boys, or Giovanni. I'm recently new to the whole Mortal Kombat content creator community. I've been playing Mortal Kombat since I was a kid. My first Mortal Kombat game is Mortal Kombat Trilogy, and it's been an honor to be invited to this, and I'm very excited to be in the presence of legends today.
Oh, I think it's my turn, right?
That's it.
Good. My name is Dilara, or people know me as Dilara Molina on Twitter, or just Dilara's Artworks. And I've been a fan of Mortal Kombat since a very long time, since Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, actually. And I'm an artist. I'm a Mortal Kombat fan artist, and I love to draw them characters from A till Z. And I'm pretty honored to be here in this podcast and talk with those amazing, talented people here today.
Brilliant.
I guess I'd be next then.
Yep.
All right. I am Jay Saint G. You're about to witness the strength of geek knowledge. I am the co-host and co-founder of Nerd Cage Live. We cover a whole bunch of nerdy and pop culture topics, including Mortal Kombat, and we also play. We're on Twitch. We play some Mortal Kombat games on Twitch in rotation. And, of course, I'm also an editor and writer for JoBlowVideos.com, which I actually did a Mortal Kombat 2021 versus Mortal Kombat 1995 face-off video. Please check that out. Been a Mortal Kombat fan from the beginning, 1992, which kind of gives my age away. So, yes, proud to be part of this community and very excited to be back on the Kamidogu podcast once again, talking MK12. Let's go.
All right, Mad Mike.
All right, so my turn. All right. So, how's everyone doing? So my name is Mad Mike, and I'm definitely a content creator. I stream on Twitch. So I basically play like a variety of like MK games from the 3D era, the classic, the NRS, especially the Mugen games also, and also I do like some video content on YouTube. It's like stream clips from my Twitch streams, and also I do sometimes photography on the side, which like I do self photography and like with all the ninja masks and everything, and that's pretty much what I do. And I've been playing Mortal Kombat since like I think my favorite Mortal Kombat is 2, and after that it's like changed my whole life and stuff, because it's like one of the best like sequels, I would say, in my own opinion. And like of course, and then like it's like what Diamond Boy says, like Mortal Kombat Trilogy is like one of my favorite games. You could put that game on my grave and stuff. So yeah.
Love the new hat, by the way.
Oh man, appreciate it. And also, I've been following the Kamidogu for like a long time and stuff, and I'm glad to be a part of this this platform over here. So thank you, Toasty and Chris, for having me and stuff. So yeah, and that's all I got to say.
All right.
Hi,
Ms.
my name is Miss Taurus Cosplay and Art, and I've been cosplay for 9 years, and cosplay from like anime, games, comic books, you name them. And I do costuming on the side for like small companies, theatrical companies, local film festivals, and much more. And yeah, that's much it.
Wow, lovely.
Nice.
All right, and
Hey, what's
last but
going on,
not
guys?
least,
This is Tabmock. Oh, what's going on, guys? This is Tabmock99. Thank you, Chris and Toasty, for having me on and for doing this with all of us. This is a great group of people here, great gang. I'm a Mortal Kombat YouTuber. Mainly, the stuff I do is like breaking down the Mortal Kombat lore and trying to look at it from all angles. I've also recently participated in a Mortal Kombat 2 tournament, which, yes, that's my favorite Mortal Kombat, and I was the winner of that, so that was awesome.
Nice.
And
Congratulations.
thank you. And I've been in the community for a long time. I've been playing MK since the first one. I've been a part of Mortal Kombat Online. I've been part of, I ran a site called the Combat Pavilion. My YouTube is mainly where I'm at these days, and I'm really happy to be here with all you guys.
very good, very good. So
All right.
this year is Mortal Kombat's 30th anniversary. My question to you is, do you think we will actually see a new title, aka Mortal Kombat 12, or do you think NetherRealm Studios has something else planned, like say a remastered compilation?
Okay, I think there's gonna be a. I'm sorry. I think there's gonna be a remastered compilation, but at the same time, we will get an announcement of Mortal Kombat 12.
I agree. I don't think we'll see Mortal Kombat 12 this year, but I do think there will be
There's
some
no
sort
way
of
they can
announcement.
rush out a game that
No.
fast.
Nah.
No.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Which is what is my
Not
concern
really.
is, actually.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say that like there's got to be an announcement of some sort since like it's the 30th anniversary and stuff.
Right.
Like there needs to be something like big because it's 30 years.
Yeah, man.
And like they need to do something about this because they didn't celebrate it back like when it hits 25
Or
25
20.
years. They didn't do anything about
Yeah.
it. And 20, yeah,
Because
they didn't do
Injustice
anything
came out
about
on the
it.
20th, so
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's
it's kind of like just pure like silence. So with 30 years now, is like, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna announce something like a Mortal Kombat 12 or a remaster compilation or something else? It's got to be something like big.
You know, if we could
But
reflect,
somewhere down the line, like I hope we get an announcement about that.
Same, actually, same. I mean, Ed is. I mean, we know Ed. He kind of trolls us every day with his tweets, and I kind of think there will be an announcement or a remaster or something like, because I saw a lot of hints he did. I mean, personally, I just saw them like hints for like a Shaolin Monks remaster or
Right.
like a complete sequel of it. I don't know, but I kind of have the feeling it will be about Shaolin Monks. I don't know. My heart is saying something will come there. Something. We don't know yet, but something.
He did
we
make
could
that
reflect
poll,
back
and the
a
results
bit.
were incredibly close.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
That's why that's why I'm assuming, okay, something about Shaolin Monks will happen, definitely. 100% sure. 200% sure. Something like that.
Also, I got
Were
a
you
couple
gonna say
things to
we
add
get
to
it
this
like
whole
a style of
situation, though.
monks?
Okay, no one's talking
before
about
you get
this
into
right
it, Jay,
now. Yeah.
before you get into it, I wanted to just point out that during the 20-year anniversary, NetherRealm might have been silent, but we did get some special merch, right? You guys remember those ninja swords that came out, like the Sub-Zero Ice Sword? They said 20-year anniversary on the side.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yes.
talking
I
about?
think I've seen that. I think I've seen that.
That's
yeah.
there. That
Yeah,
20-year anniversary is going to be burned into my memory for at least another 20 years. And then, of course, during the 25-year, we didn't get anything from NetherRealm again, but we did get like Combat Con and stuff like that. We did get like merch from the original MK1 and 2 cast that were specially created for the 25-year, like special poster prints that I got signed. So that was awesome. But for the 30-year, it really seems like NetherRealm themselves has to come out and go all out. Not like releasing merch to a third party, not up to the original cast and crew to do something, but it seems like we really got to have something special from the studio directly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was just going to say that I think there's multiple NetherRealm projects in the works. I have no proof. It's just what I think. I think there's more. I don't know if it's another Injustice or another game altogether, but I think NetherRealm's got more than one game up their sleeve right now because they keep growing every day. The other thing no one's talking about, Studio acquisition. We've been hearing about NetherRealm and WB Games going up for sale, and we got the Discovery merger and all that. So I think that's the reason why we haven't gotten any announcement yet, because they don't know if NetherRealm or WB Games is going to get bought out by like a Microsoft or some other company. So I think that's another reason why we haven't heard of things, because they are waiting to see what's going on with the acquisition and the merger.
So, regardless of what the studio have planned, and we've kind of sort of answered this already, but what are your predictions for the future of Mortal Kombat? Like, do you think we're going to see a Shaolin Monks next? Are we going to see a Mortal Kombat 12, a straight-out fighting game? Are we going to see maybe something like an Injustice Mortal Kombat, like a MK versus DC 2? What do you think's coming?
Well, I've heard through the grapevine that NetherRealm Studios is pretty much going to stick to fighting games. And I hate to say that, because I do, like Delara said, I do want a Shaolin Monks sequel or remaster or something. I want a departure from the fighting games.
Yes.
It just doesn't seem like that's going to happen based on what I've heard.
But it has been
That's
said that
sad.
Ed Boon is very interested in making another adventure MK game, right? He has publicly said that. Yeah.
Yeah, he
there was some
is.
talks-
But will the
there was
people
talks
above him
about
let
that.
him? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the question if they do. I mean, it would make some kind of sense, because Mortal Kombat 11's ending, where Liu Kang told Kitana there are so many opportunities for creating new worlds and stuff. I think Shaolin Monks would kind of make sense, because he came to one of those endings you could choose between Shang Tsung and Liu Kang himself. He's met like the old Kung Lao, his ancestor, so it would make a lot of sense if Shaolin Monks would be announced. Like, you know what I mean? So I kind of hope. I'm just a big fan of this Shaolin Monks. series.
You're not alone.
Shaolin Monks, of course. The Shaolin Monks is like most favorable, during the 3D era.
Yes.
But what I was gonna say is like with like what's like projects that NRS is like working on or whatever. Like, here's my theory on this. Like, what if like I'm sure like with MK9, like y'all remember the tag team mode that they had back then, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So like imagine this. Like, what if like instead of Mortal Kombat 12, what if they may actually announce a full-fledged tag team based Mortal Kombat game? I kind of like was similar like with Tekken, like
Right.
with Tekken Tag, right?
Tekken
That
Tag,
would
yeah.
be so cool.
Wow, that would
Yeah.
be something.
Because if you think about it, because the possibilities like with tag team stuff, like how with Marvel versus Capcom, and like of course with kind of Blaze Blue Cross tag and everything, like tag based fighting games like Dragon Ball Fighters also. So like if NRS announced like a full-fledged tag team Mortal Kombat game, it could definitely be fun. It'll be like it's a win-win for not just NRS but for all of us also.
So, what is everyone's opinion on the possibility of the series continuing where Aftermath left off? Do you think Liu Kang or Shang Tsung's ending would be canon? Perhaps they could incorporate elements from the Mortal Kombat Conquest television show if they went by Liu Kang's ending.
Yeah, if I may, I think that Shang Tsung's ending should be the next one for Mortal Kombat 12. And if they're going to do a Shaolin Monks, then I think they should take off from Fire God Liu Kang's ending. I think seeing a Fire God Liu Kang and a Great Kung Lao as a Shaolin Monks 2 would be a perfect way to go about it.
Amen.
That would be
Agree.
definitely a perfect. That would be a perfect like kickoff for that.
Yeah, exactly.
The way they set it up, it looks like they're building up to a prequel, and I agree with you, Tosi. I was gonna say this is a good opportunity for them to explore elements from MK's past that we've seen on MK Conquest. Yes, the Great Kung Lao is there. How about Zero and Taja? Hey, how about Warpath? How about all those characters that?
How about
Korea!
yeah?
Hey, dude, all I'm saying,
Migas!
if they go and
Can we
make
get her,
Kiba canon
please?
from Defenders of the Realm, they could definitely go all out and make those MK Conquest characters canon now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
I think
they
Liu
should
Kang's
do
ending
That
is
would
the canon
definitely
ending.
giving them light.
That would be
I
cool.
like that
We
idea.
do have to ignore Shang
Yeah.
Tsung's ending for this to work, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much as I like Shang Tsung's ending, I think Liu Kang's is the canon ending. I think a new start of a new timeline, starting 500 years in the past before the first tournament, probably makes the most sense as a potential setting for MK12.
Right.
If they're going in that
Dude, I love it.
Yeah.
MK12.
If they're going with that direction and stuff, I figure like, of course, what Tagmon said, like having like giving the characters from MK Conquest some life
Lots
and
of
stuff, and
potential.
bringing them in actual like gaming in like in video game form.
Yeah.
Now, here's a question
'Cause
for you
that was like-
guys. I want to know what y'all think. If it really is a prequel, right? If they really are going to take you back to the past, like Angry Video Game Nerd does in his intro song, does it even make sense to call it MK12? Should we call it MK0 or MK Alpha?
I think
Zero.
Alpha,
I
you know
agree.
what?
No,
You know
I
what?
agree. I don't think it's gonna be called MK12. I think it's gonna be called like MK. They're gonna go back to like a subtitle. You know, like
It'll
MK
probably be-
Deception, MK Armor.
Personally-
It's gonna be like MK. I don't know, displacement.
Conquest.
I don't know.
Probably MK reboot the timeline for the
Name
third
the
time.
journey begins.
Ultra, Mortal
Name of
Kombat,
the journey
Turbo
begins.
EX Plus
Mortal
Alpha.
Kombat: A Link to the Past.
Oh my god.
About the Age of Ultron.
Mortal
Sorry, I'm
Kombat.
Oh,
sorry,
God.
fan too.
Nintendo wants to know your location.
Multiverse of Madness. Mortal Kombat Multiverse of Madness.
Oh man.
Oh my god. Okay,
Chris
I'm
Casamas
bored.
would be happy.
All right. Yes.
I'm bored. Yeah.
So, Dave B. Mitchell has returned to the WB lot to record, and although he also voiced Sector in MK11, there's a possibility that Garrus is also set to return. So, with the whole time travel element being involved in the series now, how important do you think storylines will continue to be, considering the studio can essentially hit reset at any time?
I need to say something about this because for the time I followed the Mortal Kombat lore from, let's say, Mortal Kombat 1 to now Mortal Kombat 11 and the Mortal Kombat 9, reboot in this case.
Yeah.
I'm not a great fan of those time jumping and time, time breaking stuff and such. I mean, I wish it would have stood like in Mortal Kombat 9 to 11, but if they continue making this with the timelines and to mix it up, to create new ones, I wish it wouldn't be that the bigger focus. I wish it would be a small focus, but not the whole game. The focus.
Yeah, it would be just confusing because I don't want this to end up like Kingdom Hearts. It's like they have a bunch of storylines or like back and forth, like what's going on
Yeah.
here. So it's like,
Yeah.
no, please do not be the next Kingdom Hearts for us. Don't do that, please. Like, no. I love Kingdom Hearts, but what they did is just what's going on, and it's like they add like mobile like games, and I'm like, don't do that, please. Just don't mix. No, please, no.
I got
We
the
don't need that.
solution. Chronica is dead. So the whole reset the timeline shit is over.
Gone.
It's
But does
And
the
I
time
think
travel. The time travel is just like confused. It's just like they keep like it make me like not a fan of the time travel and stuff in there, like
Me
in the
neither.
NRS games and stuff. The way how they like implement it and stuff.
Yeah,
it's
like-
kind of just like makes it more confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me
definitely.
look at
What
the
is like-
question.
MK9
What's going on?
I can live with. It's like, okay, it'll pass, fine.
Right.
MKX was like its own thing. It's like, not bad. And then MK11 came around, and it's like, holy moly, where are we in space and time
Yeah.
here? So many things going on. It's like, I can't pinpoint what.
It's like
Way
you
too
did your.
much.
It's
It's like
like
Terminator Genesis.
Oh no.
Genise eyes.
Oh, no.
Jennifer
Right?
Genise eyes.
You know what it could have been done? You know what it could have been done? Like what if Mortal Kombat like take the multiverse direction? Like think about it. Like what if like having like, you know, instead of like time traveling and stuff, like they should have like took the multiverse direction, like having like, of course, with the Scorpion and stuff, like the past version, but instead of past version, having like a Scorpion from a different like realm, or a different universe.
I think
like a doppelganger of him. Hey, here's
Right.
something.
Pretty much a doppel. Yeah.
Yeah, well, looking back at the question, right? Like, how important is story going to be, considering this is a time, reboot and a prequel and everything? I think this is a good opportunity for them to look and only include characters who make sense based on what period of time they're trying to show. So
Yes.
only use characters that would have existed back then, right? Like
Or their
obviously don't
descendants.
put-
Yeah.
And their descendants. Like Sub-Zero's
Ancestors.
ancestor,
Yeah.
Scorpion's ancestor, Reptile could exist, but yeah, I think if
other
the,
other reptiles race.
yeah.
He's called reptile, as all his people are.
Pre-order and play as Goro's grandfather.
Gorbak, King Gorbak now. It's
The other gods from Mortal Kombat mythologies would still be around in this time period, right?
Yes.
Right.
The fire god, the earth
Shinnok,
god,
obviously.
the water god.
The Shinnok would be
That'd be so
banished
cool.
in the Nether Realm.
Yes.
Or
Shinnok would
in
be
his
banned.
amulet,
Yeah.
depending on which timeline we're going by.
Yeah, I think for me, the way I see it, two things. One, in terms of time travel, I always think it's safer and easier for writers to just bring someone back to life in the future than rather to go back in time to bring a character back, if that makes sense, because everyone gets kind of
Yeah.
confused.
It does.
And then when I have polls on YouTube or on Instagram, it seems that majority of the people that vote on the poll are very new to the Mortal Kombat community, talking about from MKX
Yeah.
and MK11. So if we, as much as I know we would all love to see something take place during that great Kung Lao era. That would be so amazing to see so many potential characters. I think a lot of people who are just getting new and interested in Mortal Kombat in that marketplace are going to be completely lost. And they're going to be like, what? No Scorpion? No Sub-Zero? What's going on? And I feel like it's going to be a whole Mortal Kombat 3 situation all over again.
Well, there
They're
could
gonna
be,
"Oh."
Question
there
for
could be
everybody,
Ace Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true. That could be a Sub-Zero. That's true.
And there could be Takeda, right? The original founder of the Shiryu. He
Right.
could be
Yeah.
in it. Not,
Yeah.
not the Takeda
Definitely.
from MKX, but there could
Right.
be a Shiryu, like someone with Scorpion's moveset.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
Yeah.
What I want to ask is, what do we do about Fire God Liu Kang? Does he stay Fire God Liu Kang, or does Liu Kang and Raiden separate? Or is Raiden like a no-go?
No thunder power.
I guess Raiden would
Yeah.
just
He's
be
dead.
gone.
Regular eyes,
He's
Raiden.
gone. I guess.
Well, he does
Raiden
not
became
Raiden.
immortal, and then he died.
That's out.
What is he, just Ray dude? Like,
Yeah.
Soon as Raiden has regular eyes, it's over.
Yeah.
He's not a god.
Yeah.
He's a human person.
Yeah.
He's human like the rest of us.
Yeah.
It will stay
I
together
admit it
forever.
was
It
so
reminds me of like the
creepy.
Dragon Balls, like the Potara earrings, like fusion, and that's it. It's like you stay together for.
Yeah.
Right?
Who knows?
So let's pretend for a moment that you work at NetherRealm. You receive an email from Ed Boon asking for your top 10 combatants to return. Who do you
I'm
pick?
so ready.
So we'll start with the island.
Oof. Okay. I would not in any particular order, but
Yeah.
I would have to give it to some 3D era characters. So Havoc,
oh yeah.
Hotaru,
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Serena.
Hell yeah, Havoc.
I would love to see Kintaro. I mean, I thought we were going to get him in Mortal Kombat 11. Since we had Shiva and MK9 and Goro and MKX, I thought, okay, they're going to bring Kintaro and MK11, but they just gave us Shiva again. No offense to Shiva, but I'd love to see Ermac and Human Smoke. They gave an amazing design in Mortal Kombat 11. Sadly, he wasn't in the game or playable on the roster. Stryker would be great to see come back. I guess we sort of got to feel what he'd be like in Mortal Kombat 11 as RoboCop. I think I'm at, what is that, 8 now? And then Lee May would be great. And maybe if it would be possible, I don't think they'd ever do it, but maybe Motaro Onaga or maybe even...
Moloch.
Yeah. Why not?
favorite,
Why not?
Christopher.
Fine. But yeah, those would be my choices.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Dilara?
All right.
I mean, I would die to work as a concept artist or just in general to work for the NetherRealm Studios to do designs. And, I mean, Ed Boon, please call me. I do great designs.
Yeah.
It's true.
Or just message me. But I think, as Island Boy said, I would die to see Havoc again.
Oh,
To be honest, his
We all
design is so crazy, and I remember
all
I just
do.
got in trouble by playing him because my mother came in and he's like, "What are you playing there?" And me, so innocent, said Havoc.
crack.
Yeah, and then vomiting his
limbs
own
cracking all over
intensities.
the place.
Yeah.
Vomiting his own intensities. And Hotaru,
I'm sure a lot of
actually-
chaos erupted after you told her that.
Yeah, you can't imagine Turkish households. Hotaru, actually, I would like to see again. I mean, people say he's kind of the floppy character, like a flop character. Nobody's interested in him and such. But actually, to me, he is interesting because where does he come from? Why is he so, like, dedicated to bring order to the world? Like, what's his purpose and what do you want to do to the Mortal Kombat universe itself? Like,
good old Sato.
Darius is also somebody I would like to see back. But I think it would make sense. I think
Some Order Realm love.
Havoc Hotaru, it just works.
Yeah, like this, like that, with the package. I mean, of course, Ermac, Reptile, and Goro is also on my list to see back, hopefully someday. Fujin, yes, I would like to see more because the DLC wasn't satisfying. So, I was like, cool, he saved the day. Nice, cool, what the hell? So, and Tanya, I would like to see back as well. Like,
same here.
Yeah, and I mean, she had some screen time in Mortal Kombat 10, but yeah, that's it.
I mean, same as
I'm
like
not satisfied.
it's same as like the Island boys, but mine's like Natara. I would like to love to see her back because of her like concept, like the design overall, and Chameleon.
Chameleon,
yes, Chameleon.
Wait, the male or female?
Both. They should have both.
Yeah, okay. Good.
But yeah.
That's cool.
You don't need any ninja characters if you just throw Chameleon in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Just have like, you know what? If you play a Chameleon, they'll give an option. Which one, male or female?
Yeah.
It's like it's two characters in one.
Yeah.
Rain is also somebody I would like to see return. Some people know my love for him since Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. So yeah, the DLC wasn't enough. I want more.
All right, so who's next up? Is it
I think it's me. Yep.
Yeah, I think it's Jay. Yeah.
Okay, so I got my 10, but I have asterisks next to my last 2. Okay, so assuming Mortal Kombat 12 is in the past, so my picks: Serena, obviously. Havoc, just because. Here's one for you. Natara. Like to see Natara come back.
Yes.
Fujin, that's my dude. Listen, when I found out in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance that Fujin no longer was the protector of Earth, I was pissed. I was so happy with that Mortal Kombat 4 ending. Okay, now here's a good one.
They didn't follow that.
Yes.
They didn't pick
They didn't follow
that. Ferrotor or an alternate, like, not Ferrotor, but the same species with a midget and a big dude. Another Ferrotor.
It's dwarf. Get it right, Jay.
Yeah. Sorry, come at me. Short people come at me out there.
I am small, so I'm gonna come over there. I'm just 160 centimeters.
You better be careful, Jay.
I'm taking it personally.
All right. Okay, so a little person and the big guy, whatever, it's Ferrotor or someone else.
Yeah.
Motoro, because he's long overdue, and Mortal Kombat Armageddon doesn't count.
Oh,
Kentaro.
No. They treated him dirty.
Yeah, they did.
They cut the back legs off. Like, no, this ain't Motaro.
That's true.
Human Smoke or Descendant of Human Smoke. Now, the next two are asterisks because these are just characters I want back, but it may not make sense. I would like to see Stryker come back, but if Stryker's not back, if this is in the past, and bring in like Onaga. And my other character that I want back, Kira, the female Kano, Black Dragon.
Yes.
Underrated.
Black Dragon.
If this isn't set in the past, then substitute her with Tanya. But I love Kira and I love Stryker. I like to see them come back. But the rest of them, I think, makes sense for a Mortal Kombat set in the past.
Very good. Mad Mike?
Yeah.
Okay, so first thing first. So I got to bring this up.
Oh,
You know who I want. Like,
you a good friend of mine.
there's one character I want to bring back from Mortal Kombat 12. It's got to be Quan Chi.
Oh,
That's one character.
it's a given.
Another like characters also. Of course, the Havoc. I gotta get my boy Havoc. The Havoc train never stops.
No.
So, cause I call him Johnny Boy because y'all ever watch Ed and Eddie? There was one episode where he cracks the Ed's turn Johnny to this maniac. He cracks his own limbs, and the kids of the cul-de-sac like went ballistic. But yeah, that's how I see it. But yeah, I want Havoc to be in Mortal Kombat trailer because Chaos Realm needs some exploring and needs some love. So
we need more representation from Chaos Realm.
Yeah,
he's Chaos Realm's finest, pretty much.
Also,
another one I want to come back is Rico. I want Rico to come back. Yeah, because Rico in MK4, he was like different. He was different stuff like with like his moveset, like he got the cart like the flippy kick and like he throw like shuriken and stuff. He throws shurikens and stuff, and he got this like teleport like sidestep, like has a fast sidestep teleport, whatever it is. And
that
like
Spike Club, man.
like he was like the Spike Club, man. Oh man. And like of course like his ending in MK4 it
so controversial.
It doesn't really it felt controversial, but apparently they scrapped that. So he was just pretty much just playing like in his Shao Kahn's throne room. But yeah, that's also that, and also another character I want, Fujin, the Wind God. Fujin, I want him to come back. There's another one. I'm on the fifth one. Oh, Human Smoke. I want Smoke to come back in human form. Also, Reptile. Reptile needs some love.
Yeah,
he does.
Also, in another one, who else do I want? I think I'm not gonna lie. I definitely want one of the combat kids to come back.
Which one?
Which one would you choose?
Yeah.
Takeda.
Yes.
That's the right answer.
Good choice.
I would
Good
say
choice.
Takeda. I want Takeda to come back in Mortal Kombat Trials because he felt missing in 11. Because I thought they were gonna bring like Takeda and Kung Jin back, but they definitely didn't. They just kept Cassie and Jackie as like the forefront.
Yeah.
But I think what else? I think I'm two more characters. I think I lost count. But I think another character I want to come back in Mortal Kombat 12 is this might be a tough one.
Oh well.
Ooh, this might be a tough one. Call me crazy, but what if Shinnok comes back in Mortal Kombat 12?
Okay.
Yeah.
If he ever comes back in some form, I don't know what it is. And also my last character that I want to come back is it's gotta. Oh man, I definitely want. This was like a rough choice. It gotta be one of the Oni from the Mortal Kombat Deadly Lands.
Oh yeah,
Draman.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Draman from Deadly Lands. I feel like he hasn't like gotten shown a lot, anything not since Armageddon. So I feel like he has something. He got some potential. That's the way I see it.
Wow, excellent.
And also, honorable mention, I want Ermac to come.
There you go.
I can't have a list without my boy Matt.
Mad Mike's top 50.
Yeah. All right,
You were
Tom
worried you
Stars.
could make it to 10, man.
Hey man, look, it's hard, man. It's hard.
So for me, my approach would be, I think it should be very story driven. I think they should look at who would be a logical choice based on the time period, without inventing text saying, hey, I'm Sonya and I traveled here from the future to try to warn you or whatever. No, don't do that. Just keep it to people who are alive in that time period, right? So Goro, he's the reigning champion. He's the one who's going to kill Kung Lao, right? Like you got to have Goro. I don't know if it makes sense to say Great Kung Lao should be a character, right? He should be the winner of the game. So I think Goro and Kung Lao should both be there. Shang Tsung. I would really like to see them
Classic.
bring him back. I mean, he had
Yes.
such a prominent role in MK11. He was almost the winner of
Yes.
it. I don't like the idea that he was just obliterated from time forever. I think he still found a way to survive. Maybe the Shang Tsung that we saw in MK11 and in Aftermath, plus the Shang Tsung who was around 500 years ago, maybe those two Shang Tsungs are conspiring together. He's like, listen, you are going to die unless you do what I say. Right? Like, don't fight Kung Lao. Bring Goro in and have him fight for you. I don't need Goro to fight my battles for me. Now is not the time for foolish pride. They can do so much cool things by having not one, but two Shang Tsungs. Okay, enough about him. Shao Kahn. He's still the Emperor of Outworld during this time period. He's the one sending Shang Tsung out to try to conquer Earthrealm. Have him. Maybe he's not the boss. Maybe he's not competing in this tournament. Have him in the cutscenes. He's got to be a presence, and he needs to be felt. Like, you have to feel like, hey, Shao Kahn is trying to invade the Earthrealm, and Shang Tsung was supposed to be the one who be's defeated, but now he's going to cheat and bring Goro in ahead of time, right? So this is a good opportunity.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I just made a post about this on Twitter. Gorbak. Gorbak is Goro's father. We've seen him in the
King
comic.
Gorbak.
We've seen him in the original MK2 comic, and we've seen him in the MKX comics, and we've seen him in MK The Journey Begins.
Yes.
So he's off to the sidelines. Never been in a game before. Bring him front and center. You know, Shang Tsung's got to come to him and say, I want your son to come fight for me. He's like, why should I risk my son's life? He's the prince. He doesn't fight in tournaments. He's got an important job to do. He's going to be the ruler of the Shokan people after I pass on. Shang Tsung's like, well, I have a feeling he's, for the glory of Outworld, he's going to be a good fighter to have. You'll win favor with Shao Kahn. Otherwise, he's thinking about putting those centaurs in place. You don't want that. All right, fine. You can have Goro, but don't mess this up.
Yep.
Right? You could have so much cool stuff going on there.
Definitely.
Again, going back to people who it makes sense. Quan Chi is alive during this time period, right?
Yep.
In fact, if you read the MK instruction manual, this is the time period where Shang Tsung and Quan Chi are about to make their first deal. It's after Shang Tsung kills the great Kung Lao that he then approaches Quan Chi and makes like a deal with him. They're going to have like their first prelude to the Deadly Alliance. They could make that happen ahead of time now. So, who else do I got? Katana. She's the princess, right? She'd be serving Shao Kahn. She'd actually be a bad guy.
Yeah, that's right.
She'd be one of Shao Kahn's assassins.
Yeah, that would.
That's right.
Yeah,
True.
that would
She's not
definitely
even
be
close.
That would definitely be interesting.
And
Yes.
she's not even close to figuring out the truth about herself, right? I mean, on MK Conquest she kind of was, but
Wow.
we could totally play it differently here. This Katana could be Shao Kahn's assassin. She could be all in for the glory of Outworld, for my father, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Fire God
Yeah.
Liu Kang would be like, no, she's one of the good guys. Great Kung Lao's like, I don't think so. If I fight her, I'm killing her. And finally, I know you guys said Fujin, but I like the story implications of Fujin. Think about it. We've got Fire God Liu Kang. He's new to his powers. He's kind of taken over Raiden's job, and Fujin sort of works for him. But he'd be going to Fujin for advice. He's like the new manager of a company asking the underlings, how do I do my job here? Help me be your manager. This could be a very interesting relationship if they play it right. Also, Natara. I mean, hey, she's a vampire. Vampires live for a long time.
Yeah.
She could be
Yeah.
fine. She might be the
Yes.
one with foreknowledge of the future, too, because she's got mystical powers. You know, she has that
Yeah, the
crystal.
aura.
She can travel through
That's
realms.
true.
Yeah, the
She might be
aura,
able to see
yeah.
time.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
If they play it right, and if they really make this a story-driven game, which is what I would like to see, and that's
Yes.
kind of what you were asking about before,
100%.
man, I would love to see them only put in characters based on who it makes sense for, based on the lore.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
also don't
That would
forget,
be so
Mortal
cool.
Kombat X included characters that were dead. For example, Liu Kang, Kung Lao. I mean, they were dead.
They
for
were
Mortal Kombat,
revenants,
but they-
yeah.
Yeah.
Revenants, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that would be so cool to see, and maybe also a really nice addition to it, because we didn't really know about Nitara's backstory and backgrounds and what else. and whatnot.
Vaeternus.
All we know,
Let's see it.
Vaeternus, exactly. That's what I wanted to say. Like, it would be so cool to see it like opening up like a book. Like,
Yes.
what are they about? What's their purpose in this more common universe? Would they have a place in a new era? Maybe, I don't know really, but it would be so cool to discover and explore that. I hope
Absolutely.
they really do that. Please, I want to see. So that would be so absolutely cool.
Yeah.
really.
Miss Tars, let's hear about your list.
Oh, my list. I will say Chameleon. both females and male, like females and male,
Nice.
of course. Nitara, Tanya. Tanya's one of them. Serena,
Yeah.
Kira, Cobra.
Cobra.
And-
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Wait, Cobra?
Yeah. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Like why not? Hotaru, of course.
Yes.
Blaze. I would like to see him coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, Blaze.
Blaze.
Actually,
Blaze,
yes.
And okay, which form? The Deadly Lance form or Armageddon form?
The deadly. The deadly one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Armageddon
Human, the
wouldn't
human
make
fire.
sense.
I
I
would.
was like, hold
Back
on.
when he was
which-
known as yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
the one fire guy at the Pit 2 bridge.
LeMay.
Wasn't he
and
originally
not-
called Torch, Tamok?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fan community thing. Yeah,
Hornbuckle
we called
Torch.
him Torch.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Hornbuckle and
officially
Torch.
by Midway though.
No.
No, no.
The power of community, guys.
That's right.
So how many
Hey,
was
that
that?
would be
Emma
funny if they
Stars?
played it like he was called Torch then. Remember how they did that with Sub-Zero? They said, oh, he's called Tundra.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, true,
Yeah.
true.
If they could work something like that in, like they did there, hey.
Yeah.
True.
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think I had 3 more. Onaga, LeMay, and I think Serena.
Ah.
So
Very good.
I
Excellent.
think those are my 10. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that leaves
I like it.
me and you, Chris.
You go first. Ladies first.
All right. So,
Oh,
excuse
Oh,
me. All right.
And does Toasty
So,
Man count as a character?
all right. So I'm gonna go. Obviously, Quan Chi. It's my number 1. Now, depending on the timeline, because who knows what they're going to do. Johnny Cage has always been up there as a favorite of mine. I've loved him. He's an original since the first game. But if they go back to this, 500 years ago sort of deal, Tomas, I strongly think that he's an ancestor of Johnny Cage of his line. So I think it would be very, very interesting to kind of dive into his backstory, because he ended off way too quick on the MK Conquest show, and I think there's a lot of potential here that could be brought forward. Now, somebody else who has been brought up a few times is Onaga. Honestly, I love this character. I would like nothing more than to see him return. He's probably my favorite, to be honest, my favorite boss character after Shao Kahn. I thought Onaga was.
He's
I
scary.
agree.
Yeah.
And Deception,
Oh, yeah,
Deception
definitely.
is my favorite game of all time as well.
same.
Hey.
Okay, and so here's
Of
another
course,
one,
class.
a different one. I believe it was Mad Mike who brought it up. Draman. I would love to see more of Draman. Who is this guy? What is his background? He was, from what I understand, he used to be like a well-known Outworld general or something like that. But, there was speculation for a time that maybe it was King Jared, but obviously we figured out that King Jared's soul was later in part of Ermac. So that's out of the question. But still, there's so many questions we have that are left unanswered for this character. I think he's got a cool mask. I think
Didn't
he's
they,
got
like-
a unique moveset. I'm all about Draman. I don't know if the rumor is true that Ed Boon hates him, but oh man, I would love for him to return. Okay, number 5, Chameleon. Chameleon with the K specifically. I was really intrigued by her when they brought her back in Armageddon. I was extremely satisfied. I loved her design. I think there's a lot they could do with her. Havoc, that goes without saying. Raiko, I really miss that guy. I loved his story arc in the Mortal Kombat X comics. I think he's a brilliant character, very underutilized. Serena is actually my favorite female combatant, so it would be a pleasure to see her return in some form. I'm also very keen on Nitara, and as we've discussed, Vaeternus. Let's get into it. And last but not least, I'm going to drop a name that nobody has said yet, and I just don't understand why people don't talk about her more, and that is Ashra. Oh man, she's
Yes, oh
incredible.
my God, yes, yes.
Forgot him. Yeah.
Right.
I'm thinking about her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to see her back, I would like jump off the walls in excitement. Yeah. So that's my list. Yeah.
Like, that's
How
a
about you,
great
Chris?
list, Toasty. I'm really happy that you mentioned Serena out of all of them, and I would love to see Miss Taurus cosplay as Serena.
Oh,
yes.
tell me about it.
yes.
Tell me about it.
You know what? That's a good
Yes.
That
idea,
would
but I
be
had
so
Nitara for like a
awesome.
long time because I had like a pair of wings from like Spyro the Dragon cosplay. So I was like, I'm gonna use these wings for Nitara because I was gonna throw it away. I was like, hey, I'm gonna do Nitara next. So
Hey, there you
I
go.
can't wait
Yeah.
to see that.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
Can't wait
awesome.
to see it. Can't wait to see it.
So cool. So my top
That's so
10.
cool.
No,
First, I have Mataro because in MK3, let's face it, he's scary as shit. And that was the low resolution version. I mean, seeing some of the renders from the remastered trilogy project, he looks so menacing just in that. So I can imagine what a reimagined Mataro would look like. And you know, he was a baby pony in Armageddon, so that just doesn't do him justice. I don't want him to be remembered and never return, like for that to be his last appearance. I don't think it would do him justice. I've also got Reptile and Ermac. As much as I love and hate him, I think Quan Chi needs to come back. Him and Shang Tsung together are pretty awesome. I'm surprised no one mentioned this, but Bore Cho, I think he is an awesome character, and I love the fact that he's like the mentor. And come on, he farts. I mean, that's the best.
Especially
Yeah.
in Deadly Alliance. Holy man.
Very, very important.
What
Oh
was
my
he
God.
eating?
farting all over the place.
Yes,
Plus,
exactly.
Drunken Master is one of my favorite movies of all time. So
Exactly.
and I'm
Yeah.
good with it because it makes sense from a lore perspective.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think he's
Oh,
a
yeah.
character that even if you go way back in time, you know, he'd be younger, but there's so much of a story that and so much potential that could be fleshed out from him. He's never really had a chance in that sense. So I thought he was awesome in Deception, and it was good to see him back in MKX, but he needs more time. He needs to and like Tabmok said, he
Yeah.
can play such a huge pivotal role in the story, so definitely bring him back. This one's a bit controversial, but Shujinko. A lot of people hate
I
him,
like Shujinko.
and he was quite unoriginal. But I love Deception so much. And to me, Shujinko has a lot of potential too, even if he came back as like someone who was, I don't know, like kind of corrupted and, you know, hating on himself. And maybe there's a chance for a bit of redemption for him because he screwed over the world and everyone's like, screw you, man. And that was it, really. Whereas I think
and
he
at
could
this
come
point in
back and he
time,
could
he'd
be interesting.
younger too.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Number 8, I've got Tanya. I think she's awesome. I love her look, and she's kind of that in between. Like you don't know. Like I know she's evil, but sometimes to most, it's almost like they trust her again for some reason. It's strange how that works. I've also got Takeda. I thought he was, of all the new kids, I thought he was the most interesting. So I think he'll definitely be back. And number 10, Havoc. I think everyone wants Havoc back just because he's cool.
Legit.
Chaos Realm.
Crazy.
Yeah.
We love
I noticed
crazy.
nobody said Kenshi.
Oh yeah.
Kenji.
Yeah, I didn't mention a lot of the common ones. Like I'm a huge Raiden fan, of course I want him back, but I feel like Kenshi's a given. Just because he's cool. And I think, you know, do you guys think Kenshi will be back?
I hope so.
Yeah, I would say Kenshi do come back in Mortal Kombat 12. I would say that.
Right.
Besides, like, the depth, like, you want to talk about the depth, like, in the crypt in MK11,
Oh, yeah.
how he died in Gore's lair.
That's
I was
kind of neat to see, yeah.
That's not even...
I like that whole vision
Oh.
too, right? Like you can see things through Kenshi the way he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's cool.
See dead bodies coming at you. You're wearing that blindfold.
All right, so
I thought
he's...
it was,
Yeah, it was cool the way they wove that into the crypt mode. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was shocked. I was like, that can't be Kenshi. No. Looking for the, oh god, it's Kenshi.
Oh god! Don't get me started on Ermac's death. And,
Yeah,
and
I was just
the
gonna
crypt
say.
Also.
Yeah,
That
but
was
the
a
crypt
punch in
ain't
the
canon
face.
though. So
No.
Nah, it couldn't be. You know what? I wanted to bring up a question since like, you know, like with the NRS they brought back the crypt and stuff, like how it was like presented and stuff. Like when MK9 came out, and the crypt was kind of like viewed as like
Rose.
kind of like selecting like the tombstones and everything, and like with MKX is be like first person view, having the first person view stuff, and MK11 be third person view. You playing like a person, like so exploring through like the arenas, like from the pit, Goro's lair, or even like Devorah's
Chitin.
cave,
Yes.
the chitin cave,
Snot infested
and stuff.
tunnels.
But like, if Mortal Kombat 12 happens, what would the crypt look like? Like, how would you view as the crypt? What would the crypt will look like?
To me,
Would it be first person again, or would it be like exploring like kind of have like a similar like with Conquest and Deception, like exploring through realms?
I was going to say, I think that would be ideal because I think almost everyone really wants a conquest mode back. So I think they should put a lot of emphasis on this mode, really, really flesh that out, you know, give it some excellent tweaks and things like this. Whereas
Make it so that you have to have VR goggles.
Long as it doesn't have any of those,
Conquest and
grind. I don't want to grind, like
Conquest and VR. Hold on, wait. You know what? Tabmok, he's getting somewhere. Conquest in VR? That would be interesting.
NRS.
I just don't want the crypt to be a grind like it was in MK11, where you have to like play as every single character and like and
no.
Like no.
It had a glitch in the beginning.
Yeah, it did.
I
may or may not have exploited
that part. Like I don't want it to be
lucky to get that.
I don't want it to be a grind like that. If it could just be like it was in like MK9X, Deception Deadly Alliance, as long as it doesn't have the stupid thing where you spend all this coinage and you open it up and it's nothing. You get the Oh god, I used to get so pissed off. I used to get so goddamn pissed off.
Or even when you open the entire crypt and then you've unlocked nothing and then you rewind, rewind time or whatever, and then you do it like 5 times over and you've unlocked like 10%, and all you're doing is unlocking like artwork and
Yeah, none of that bullshit. Just give us a standard crypt.
Yeah.
Please.
Please. Like straight to like give it like straight like standard straight to the point.
Yes.
Instead of just like having us grinding for like that one gear piece or whatever.
Yeah.
And speaking of gear pieces, I don't really want gear pieces to be on Mortal Kombat 12.
You're gonna do
Same.
Like,
Yeah.
I really don't. And variations also.
Yeah, that really
Variation
grinded
system.
my gears too.
Thank you. God damn.
Yeah.
I was waiting for
X
Fuck
was cool. X
variation,
was
sorry.
cool with the variation system, but 11, no.
I mean, variations could be well executed, but not like this. I mean, remember the Deception times back then, where you can switch between fighting styles and then your weapons? Maybe variations could be like that, like switching outfits only, but not the whole fighting style and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like the idea that in MKX and MK11 they kind of both had this problem. Maybe in MK11 it was worse because of the customization, but it was just like you can't just pick a character and have all the moves. You got to like pick and choose which moves you're gonna be able to have access to for this round.
Bullshit.
And
that drives me nuts.
Wasn't for me.
I hated that shit.
It's irritating.
Hated it.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
here's an interesting question. If you had to choose
Here's an interesting
3
answer.
combatants from previous games that never really had much of a chance to join the roster in Mortal Kombat 12, who would you choose and why?
Wow.
Go ahead, Delara.
Yeah.
Taven and Dagon.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I gotta admit, Armageddon's Conquest was great.
It was
Come
fun.
on.
It was
I
fun.
loved it.
It was not bad.
I mean,
About how the hack the beat 'em up style.
yeah. I mean, I was a big fan of the Conquest modes in general, but here in Germany, it was forbidden to get Mortal Kombat because of those violation rules here and violation laws. It's crazy, as I've said, crazy. And it was kind of a drill to get Armageddon, and when I saw the Conquest story mode, it was something special. Like, I'm touching something illegal, I'm touching something so cool. But no, I mean, the forbidden fruit, yeah. I mean, I hope German politicians doesn't watch this now. Anyway,
Angela Merkel, if you're watching.
I mean, she isn't console anymore, so yeah, lucky. But back to the topic. I mean, I was kind of interested into the story of Taven and Dagon itself. I mean, two brothers having a few because of a quest, and there's Rain, the half brother, and there's Argus and Delia, and now we just saw in Rain's DLC ending. His mother was revealed, Amara, and what's the relation? Why did Argus did that? Why did he threw Rain away? Just because he felt ashamed of those, out of marriage to do the baby
Could be more
and what
to it.
else and whatnot. And I'm so interested in that. That's why I would love to see Taven and Dagon some kind of back. And all those characters who have a connection, like Edenia itself, like Jade, Kitana, Shao Kahn before the invasion or after the invasion. It would be so cool. I mean, that would be my top characters. I would love to see returns.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah, I'd highly agree. Taven and Dagon, especially Dagon, I have a big interest in. But another character who never really obviously got to see much light is the Chameleons. So one of them would be cool to come back. And last but not least, a character that just they never really did anything with him anymore, and I was pretty sad about it, is Kai. I'd love to see Kai come back.
Oh, from MK4.
He had so much potential. He seemed
awesome.
really cool.
He does, dude.
Can I add something? I mean, there's also somebody I would like to return, and I think he would also have kind of a connection with Dagon. It's Mavado. Actually.
Yes.
That would be,
Oh, from the Red Dragon.
Yes,
Red
I
Dragon.
mean, that would be also cool to know his backgrounds, his lore. Like, why did he even end up with the Red Dragons? Why is he the right hand of Dagon? It would be interesting me so much. And I really hope he would have even if it's just 5 minutes, I would love to see him back.
Tabmock, is it true though that Kai was supposedly supposed to come to MKX, I think, but they scrapped him or something like that?
I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know.
Yeah, but still.
That would be so cool.
I thought he was gonna come back in Deadly Alliance. I don't know why.
Did he?
Yeah, they probably should have.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Liu Kang is dead, right? Kung Lao misses his friend. There's another Shaolin master right there. Oops, forgot to pick him up.
Friendship ended with Liu Kang. Now friendship started with Kang.
Remember, he wandered
This
the
is why I
world.
like the story driven. This is why I want the characters, the roster to be story driven.
Yes.
Yeah, this me, man.
Yes.
All right, who's next?
Yeah.
Think me?
Go ahead.
Okay. But wait, Chris, what was the question again? Like, what were the three characters that need to be like a lot of like?
Yeah, so who would you like to return
Having, like,
who never really got a chance to shine?
Yeah.
Oh, I really hate to bring this character up.
Uh-oh.
It's somebody from the Red Dragon.
Uh-oh.
Hisu Hao.
Hey,
How?
I don't get all the hate. I don't mind him.
Admittedly,
I don't know,
yeah,
man,
I don't
like-
mind him that much.
There's something about this character, dude. It's like he got this freaking thing, his big red thing on his chest. It's like what? Like where did he come from? Like what is his backstory of this character?
Well, the same
Like,
guy
of
who
course
worked
he's from
on
Red Dragon,
Kano
but
did
what-
Suhao, right?
Same doctor,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same surgery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
surgery. Yeah, and there's another character. Well, of course, there's one character that needs to be like. I want this character to like come back, like Tremor. Of course, like he came. Of course, like they brought him in MKX finally as an actual fighting game character. But I want to see more of him. I really want to see more of Tremor because like he has a lot of potential. Like we saw what he does in Mortal Kombat X and stuff, but
His
I want him
design,
to come
his
back.
voice, his presence, it was executed
Yes.
brilliantly.
Like that's like, dude, this is it. Like this is who Tremor is. But like I want like a back lore of Tremor.
Yeah.
And another character, the third and last character for me is of course Chameleon. Like Chameleon needs some light. Because it haven't shown a lot of appearances, like of course with Trilogy and Armageddon, and we haven't seen both of those since. And that's kind of why like I want those characters to like actually like to come back and having like show like the lore and everything about those characters.
For sure. Does anyone else have anything to add, or we all good?
Yeah, I'll go.
We good?
Okay.
I'm a big fan of seeing, minor characters and bit characters get a bigger expansion, kind of like they did with Blaze. Just some random fire dude in the background becomes a boss. They just take some little thing and extrapolate, they make a mountain out of a molehill. That's what I like. That's what I like
Hornbuckle,
doing.
we're looking at you.
That's right.
Blanche.
That's right.
Hornbuckle.
Blanche for
That's
the
right. I
next
love
boss.
characters like that where they say, hey, here's this little dude. There's this whole big thing going on with him. I would love to see Argus and Delia get a more prominent role. I would love to see more with Overlord Zephyro. All right? I would love to see more with Meat.
Yo!
One of Shang Tsung's flesh experiments is Meat. Hey, Shang Tsung's got these flesh experiments. If he disappears or if no one knows where he is, what happens to those experiments? Nobody's around to supervise. Do the Molina clones come to life early? Are they ready for prime time? Could a Molina clone be good this time? Shang Tsung didn't have a chance to inject her with as much Tarkatan DNA as he wanted to. They could do so many fun things with the story and really do some new twists on there that make sense. I guess that's about all I got for now. But I also mentioned earlier Gorback, right? I'm a big fan of taking these characters who never really got much of a spotlight and really giving it to them.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well said.
I think for me, my main two would be like Havoc and Hotaru, but I don't want to go like that regular.
Yes!
Because
Chaos Realm's finest.
Because it just they go together, like Chaos Realm and Order Realm, which I think why Shang Tsung's ending works perfectly, because like that's the two realms that are left over. It like brings them in like perfectly, right? But besides those two, one character that I really liked from the Mortal Kombat X comics was his name, Forrest Fox, I believe is the
Forrest Fox.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Forrest Fox.
Yes, from the comics, yes.
Yes, true.
Before they kill him off.
Yeah. I think that would be an interesting way. I don't know how they'd bring him back, but like just to see like that whole story between like Scorpion, Takeda, and Fox, and when that'd be really cool to see implemented. I don't know how they do it, but it's Mortal Kombat. They time travel, bring people back to life. They can do it. They'll figure it out.
Oh, and you mentioned Tremor earlier, Mike. Other Special Forces members would also be cool. Or sorry, other members of the Black Dragon,
Black Dragon
that we saw
members?
from
Black
MK
Dragon, yeah.
Special Forces, like Tasha and No Face.
No Face.
The MKX.
No
No
face.
face.
Yeah.
You know what?
The
No
MKX
face.
comics gave us a brief glimpse of some of those characters, but yeah, it would be cool to see them in an installment too. In a cutscene.
Yeah.
I would love to see dialogues between Kira and Tasia. That would be
Yeah.
spicy.
Oh,
That would be spicy.
oh yeah. I would
You
say
think they would
like
get along, or you think they'd have a little get into a cat fight?
Cat
How
fight.
do you think
Cat
that would play
fight.
out?
right.
Cat fight. Instantly cat fight.
So I guess I might
cat.
jump in. So a character that I don't know why, but I just love her design, and I can see so much potential. My number one is Ashra. I think if she came back, she looked cool in Deception, but I can just see what they could do with her in the future. I think she has such a cool backstory too. And I'd love to see her. I think Li Mei has a lot of potential too. I mean, she sort of appeared in MKX's story mode, and I was sort of rooting for her to think that she'd come into the game as well as a character, but she never did, which was a bit disappointing. And finally, Natara, I think like they added her in the movie, for instance. She didn't have much of a part to play, but
That was so
Yeah.
sad.
That was sad.
she's a really
She
cool
was just
character.
She was just used as
Slice
bait.
up the
That was,
middle.
that was kind of
She's just a cool character. She's different, and I do like the characters that are a little bit different. And if she came in again, you could do crazy things with her design and moves and everything. And I want to see all these lesser known characters incorporated more into the story mode as well. Like there's always a Scorpion chapter and a Sub-Zero chapter. I don't want it to be predictable. I want someone to be playing through and chapter 4, Li Mei, and get that perspective, get that excitement happening. I think that would be so, so key to a really good experience.
I agree.
Yeah.
And if I could butt in real quick,
Yes.
mentioning the chapters and the stories, I would really love to play as some villains and like having
Yeah.
like villains win in some of the chapters.
Yeah.
Like that would be really
Yeah.
nice
Yeah,
instead of
that'd
just
be
like
cool.
Yeah,
That'd
be great.
Yeah,
Chapter
that's
one,
what I
Chronicle.
wanted to throw in real quick.
Yeah, well,
I want- I
remember
want- I
you
wanna
said you
add
were a big
another- I
fan
wanna-
of Shang Tsung's
Yes.
ending in MK11
Yes.
Aftermath.
There's some bias, as you could see in some of my
I get really
answers.
bad guys.
But I want to add one more. I want to add another thing about the story mode. It's like you know how like with MK11 like they give you choices.
Yeah.
They give you choices and stuff during like in the chapters and stuff. I'd rather just have like go straight forward. Like of course with Island Boys, I'll agree with you with like with the whole like playing like the villains in the chapters and stuff. Like instead of like the heroes. Like I wanted to know.
I kind of like what Injustice
they're-
2 did when you had to choose between two characters throughout the whole story, like between Black Adam and Aquaman,
Right.
and so on and so forth. And then of course at the very end, you choose between side with Batman or side with Superman. Like that shit was dope.
I'm a big
That
fan of
shit
the
was dope.
choices.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd
The
be cool.
choices.
And it also gives it the story mode replayability. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna go back and
That's
play
true.
story mode again, but I'm gonna pick the other characters. So that's one thing I love what
Exactly.
Injustice 2 did was it gave the story mode replayability.
Hey,
And
speaking of
also the
big
achievement.
characters and speaking of minor characters and giving them a bigger spotlight, in MK11 we really got to see in story mode for the first time some female Tarkatans. Wouldn't it be cool if there was an actual full-fledged
yeah.
playable character, not Baraka, but like a female equivalent?
Yeah.
That would be
That'd be
cool.
great.
Yeah. It would
Actually,
be
yeah.
Why not?
That would be
refreshing.
dope.
That would be actually refreshing for the whole character select screen, if I would say that. I mean, of course, we have Melina and we have Baraka, but then a completely new Tarkatan character being female, that would be actually, like, so interesting to watch. Like,
Yeah.
damn,
Yeah.
interesting.
We've seen a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
gender
I'm
bent
into
like it.
cosplays too. Like female
Yeah.
versions of Kotal Khans and stuff. I think it adds a really interesting
Yes.
spin
Oh, yeah.
to existing characters.
Yes.
That they actually do, yeah.
Now I have an
As long as
idea.
Thor doesn't kill him. That's all.
Oh my god, they better not.
And I also love how no one brought up Devora and you tend to pick bring back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I just want to bust out my 3 real quick, because I kind of changed mine around as I was listening to everybody. So real quick, Artlene from the movie.
I'm sorry.
Artlene,
so random.
the guard. Artlene, the guard. Yo,
Hey,
Okay.
come on, it was so
I thought Fight in
traumatizing.
London, he was great.
I
I
mean,
feel so bad
yo,
again.
that man got potential.
yes,
That man got
absolutely.
potential.
I
The
was
other
so
one,
damn sad. Man.
the water god from MK Mythologies, I think would
Yes.
be. I'd like to see more of the gods. And then
Yeah.
finally, and I am
remember.
shocked that no one has brought this up. The woman from Jade's ending in Mortal Kombat 9.
Yes.
mystery
Oh,
woman.
I
yes.
still don't know who that
woman.
is, do we?
But wasn't...
We
wasn't
don't
Yeah,
she-
they never explained. They
Yeah.
never explained it.
I thought
in
that
11.
was the character when we first seen the teaser for MK11. We seen the back of the character. I'm like,
Yeah.
holy shit, I think that's her.
Yeah.
But no, it was
Yeah.
Kronika.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Yeah.
there was some wild theories about it. Like, it could be Jade's mother who was possessing Jade's body in the end. And then there was a goddess, like an elder goddess, to possess her to do God's will on Earth. But I don't know, it kind of didn't got explained very well who it was or what was the purpose to possess Jade's body now. Like, cool, I have your body now, peace out, and... What's the purpose?
Let's hear
Something
more
they
about.
need to get back on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right.
I wished I would have known more about it. Like, why did she do that, or what was the purpose in general?
Yeah. And Miss Taurus,
Not a lot
did you
of
have
people talking,
your
though.
top 3 at all?
Sorry?
Oh.
Did you have
I
your
think I
top
have.
3 to return, or?
Then Tara, of course, she has a lot of potential. I just wish that there's like a story like behind her. Like they need to add her somewhere. MK12 and Tanya, she has a lot of potential. But my number 1, of course, it has to be Sindel. It has to do nothing with the question. But with Sindel, what they did to like in MK Aftermath, they just turn her evil and just backstab Kitana. So we're like, wait, what's her plan after that? Like I wish. Like, what's her goal after that? Like, what she's trying to do? Is she trying to protect the daughter, or just doing this for her like selfish reasons? We just don't know. I just wish there's like more of a like why she did that, but I don't know who knows. But
Bring back original Sindel. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes!
The retcon,
Yeah.
the retcon got everybody furious.
Yeah.
Because
I'm on that
furious
boat.
about
Everyone.
Sindel, she cared about Kitana so much, you know? Like, you will see, like, you know, like the mother and daughter love there, but then in this one, it's like backstab. I'm like, what the hell just happened here? What? So it
That's
was
the
just
problem with the
surprising.
whole
I'm like,
time
what?
travel thing. Because
Yeah.
they can
Yeah.
not only change what's happened, but they can change people from good to evil, and they can really mess things up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm also thinking. Like, they messed the timeline so hardly up that maybe Sindel is just like one of those timelines where she's evil and yes, backstab Kitana and Jared. But deep in my heart, I still believe in this one timeline she's good. And she loves Kitana and she wants to free Shao Kahn, Denya from Shao Kahn. Seriously, Mortal Kombat 12 should really bring back the good Sindel.
Yeah.
I mean, that would destroy just a character who looked evil, but was good. You know, it was such an interesting concept design they did. Like, you could see that in Inception. And why did they do that? I didn't understood that. Like, why destroying a good character?
But it's like, keep
Why?
in
For what
mind,
purpose?
she was a revenant, so that might kind of mess her head. Like, she kind of lost herself, so that probably might be why she just did that. But who knows?
I also believe one theory as well. I mean, I'm agreeing with you there. She got revived from Revenant to normal back with Solnado, and I kind of believe as well that she got corrupted while being back to life.
Yeah.
And maybe one of the souls are just evil, or giving her corrupted memories. I don't know, or like making her believe she's evil from the start, which she isn't. So there are two ways I believe why she's evil. Either way from a different timeline, or the Solnado corrupted her because of it. But
Yeah.
that's why.
Well, I
Bring
think
back
NetherRealm is going to listen to the community on this one, and I really think they're going to say, hey, you know what? She actually was good. You can pretend that whole thing in Aftermath was either never happened or has a good explanation.
My
Oh,
face.
God,
I mean,
only one-
Yeah.
oh,
No, I feel like there's some characters in MK11 they really did them dirty. Like for example, Noob Saibot. They
Yeah, they
actually
did so
did him dirty
dirty,
in
yeah.
the story.
Oh,
mode.
Dr. Claw, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Claw, of course.
Smoke anyone?
I'll get you next time,
Ah.
next time.
Oh, man.
Yeah, yours was way better.
Yeah. I should voice Noob Saibot. But for Noob Saibot, I feel like I want him to come back in Mortal Kombat 12 to give him a second chance, because they didn't go with the direction like trying to go at Sub-Zero and stuff. Like give him like revenge, or actually give him revenge to Scorpion. I feel like he should like just kind of come at Scorpion instead of Sub-Zero.
Yep.
Yeah. I think
So-
I think.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, it's still. If I was gonna say, I think that would be a good way to bring in Serena as well to see how that whole thing,
Yeah.
how
Yes.
that would work out.
Yeah, Serena with the whole thing of the Brotherhood of Shadow.
Yep.
And Ashra
stuff.
makes sense for both of them, too.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
true, actually, true.
Cool.
Imagine Ashra trying to, I don't know, redeem Noob Saibot and turn him back into Bihan, and maybe reunite him with
Hua Liang?
Hua Liang. Yes, get them to be brothers again.
Mm,
Ah.
interesting.
And the rest
She's
of
a,
the people listen.
she's a keeper then.
Ashra loves,
right.
Ashra's like a demon trying to redeem herself and turn good. Imagine if she wanted the same thing for Noob and for Sindel and for everybody else who seems to have trouble getting their shit together.
Yeah.
Pretty much like an intervention in some way.
Yes, an Ashravention.
Observation. Yeah. Yes. Therapy.
So,
I wouldn't.
12-step program.
Yeah.
so Ed Boon's hinted in the past that he would absolutely love to see like an open world Mortal Kombat title. And to me, when I think of that, I kind of think of like an amazing conquest mode on steroids. You know, they could add to that. You know, it could expand over time, DLC, etc. So, what do you guys think about this notion?
I think
Mixed
it's good.
feelings.
I think it's a good notion. I'm on board.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess
please
they
bring
could-
back
I'm
Conquest.
I'm on the same boat.
I'm open to an open world Mortal Kombat game.
Wow.
Very good.
An open world Mortal Kombat game would mean the world to me.
There you go.
I could definitely see a open. I could definitely see an open world Mortal Kombat game.
That's a
'cause there's
dream come
lot
true.
You can do.
Yeah.
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 Because I
More
mean, the
in
thing I like
line
most.
with deception, though, than
Yeah.
Armageddon.
Yeah.
Not linear
Yes.
like
I
Armageddon.
think that
Make
goes
it more
without
like
saying.
deception.
I like that freedom.
Yeah.
Because
Yes,
I mean,
Nerd Cage, I will
definitely.
do as you ask.
Like imagine with the open world Mortal Kombat game, and like there's like mini games like you can do in conquest and stuff. Like imagine that. Imagine mini games in conquest mode. Not fighting, but it'd be something else.
yeah.
Imagine Shujinko having to do test your might in order to get coins.
Oh my god.
Or test your sight.
Yeah.
I love that
Bring
one.
those
luck.
back.
That-
Bring back
Yeah.
test your might, test your sight.
Yeah.
please.
Test your luck.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing.
Oh.
If you were to, like, story mode will be back, but if you were to pick another mode, whether it's something that we've had before or something new entirely, what would you pick?
Motor Combat.
Oh yeah, chess combat. Chess combat.
Puzzle
also
combat.
Good.
I'm all about puzzle.
I really want to drive my cars around and run people over and stuff.
Get them killed. Ooh.
Somehow they didn't
Just
have
give me-
running
give-
people over the first time around. They need to fix that.
Give me Postal Combat
Yes.
with rollback netcode, and then I'll be good. I'll be straight. I don't care what characters you put in, just put in Puzzle Combat.
Mike,
Combat
one day
was
you and
dope.
I
I
gotta
loved
play
it.
Puzzle Combat, maybe offline.
Oh
You're
my
like,
god, that'd
oh,
be cool.
that's a challenge.
Like a competitive puzzle combat, I would be in. Okay.
Oh, here's a good one. Arenas are hugely important to the franchise. What would you like to see return? Like, for example, would you like to see the multi-leveled arenas on a 2D plane, like Ultimate MK3, or would you like things to stay the way they are now? There's also death traps and things like this. What do you guys' opinion on that?
I think they need to
I
do
would
stuff
say-
like the Deadpool. They always need to keep bringing that one back. They just brought it back in 11, and I can't get enough of it. They need to keep bringing that.
Definitely
back.
keep stage fatalities there, just the cherry on top.
Yes.
Stage fatality, yeah.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think if they bring back death traps, there should be an option on or off for the death traps.
Yeah.
Just because
For like
you know,
competitive,
yeah,
for
exactly, for
reasons,
competitive
Yeah.
purposes.
Yeah.
Dude, how about those
Yeah.
falling cliffs, huh? How fair was that?
Oh my god,
Don't get me
Stay-
started on that stage.
No,
I
I
always have to
don't
do
talk
that one
about
time.
I
it.
can hear the.
Bull
I
Ride
can
show.
definitely hear the music in my head when you mention that.
That arena, I tell you.
And then Bull
think
Ride
it's
show. It used to be
traumatized.
funny watching him fall. Just saying.
Oh yeah.
You know which
I
kind of
also
arena
like-
should make a comeback? The Nexus. Damn, the Nexus
Yeah.
should make a
Oh,
comeback. I
the
mean,
Nexus?
we saw. I believe it. I mean, we saw part of it where Liu Kang and Raiden fought again, where like bashing and fighting. What else? I was like, is that the Nexus? Oh my god, it's the Nexus.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
That's
all
my
for
favorite
the
stage.
uppercutting the other stages, but the three stages I want back: the temple, the church,
yeah.
So
the,
good.
the,
Oh,
the
yeah.
warrior shrine. I just
Yes.
a true warrior shrine.
yes,
That's the
the
MK9
warrior
one.
shrine.
The warrior shrine.
No.
And finally,
Yeah.
How about the MP11 one?
They should have made that into a stage.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was hoping
And
they
that's
would.
where
Warrior
finally-
Shrine and MK11, they should have made that to a stage.
The Elder God
looks
shrine from Mortal Kombat 4 with the big blue face.
That's a
Oh,
good
the
one.
blue
Oh, with the
faces.
faces.
That's a good
oh my
one.
god.
Yes. Bring back the
Nightmare
Elder
feel
God
though.
stage.
That's good. It's good, but that's nightmare feel though. I'm on the board with that.
And
Mike,
three,
did
I
show
want
you
to
that
bring up.
video where they photoshopped me into the Elder God stage, like I was the blue face.
Yeah,
I think you remember you showed me that. Yeah.
that was good.
Yep.
That was good.
It was so fun. Yeah, the Elder
three-
God stage would be awesome to bring back.
Definitely.
The Wastelands. I mean, we need more Purple Outworld. Wastelands.
Yes.
Always
Bring
be
back
happy
the
to have
purple.
that back.
Purple again,
Please bring back the
please.
purple.
Yeah.
NRS, please.
And
Can you
another
hear us?
two really, really
Make
good
our world
ones.
purple.
Yin Yang Island.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean,
that
how
was so
cool
cool
is that?
stage.
The different
I
dynamics.
love that stage.
With the snakes and what else, and you do need to be careful, otherwise.
This is brilliant.
Like with daytime, it's all peaceful, and then
Nice
like
palm
And the
trees.
dark
music.
time.
Yeah, the Jamaican music.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you thought you're on a vacation until nighttime happens.
Until nighttime happens, yeah. Yeah, I just love seeing the differences of that. That was so cool. And last but not least, I want to say a really well-designed arena is Beetle Lair. I really loved how you felt so
Yes, I love that.
kind of
one. The music.
isolated and you felt vulnerable, but then you can get kicked down to this other area where there's this terrifying death trap, and you get that awesome weapon to use as well. Yeah, I just thought the aesthetic of that arena was so beautiful.
Oh yeah.
You know, there were also 2 stages I would like to see return: Reptile's Lair and the Bell Tower. I don't know, it was so cool with the like ding 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 ding.
Which the Reptile Slayer? Which one? The
MK.
1 and 4 or Armageddon?
I think it wasn't actually both when I think about it, because those both designs were really pretty rad. And but my favorite would be those from Deception or Deadly Alliance. Wait, it was Deadly Alliance,
It's
right?
Armageddon.
Armageddon.
Oh,
Armageddon and
okay,
Reptile Slayer.
then I confused that. Okay. Then it's actually, I want to see the Armageddon version back. Because the 4 one was cool, but for the modern times and, let's say, technology purposes, graphics, the Armageddon version I would like to see return. And the Bell Tower, that was cool.
I just love the atmosphere for
Bell
the
Tower.
MK4 one. And
Yeah, same here. You see the people, the guys trapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, trapping like in the skull thing. And just
And I
it's
just
like they're dancing and it's just,
yeah.
And I also liked in the Wasteland, which Toasty brought up already, the catapult stage fatality in Armageddon.
Oh
That was
yeah.
That was wicked.
And then splat! They fall like a bug.
I'm a huge
couple-
fan of the Living Forest. I think that's got to come back. I think that would be so cool.
That was missing in both X and 11. Yeah, that needs to be brought back.
True, actually.
Especially coming with the stage fatality.
Yeah.
In MK9, or throw the person into the tree, have the tree chop them up.
Hey,
Like in
as long as they don't
Talon
pull a
Monks, remember
lazy
that?
MK Deception Living Forest, then we're in good hands.
Oh, that with the lake.
Yeah.
Like it's like a lake. You know,
That was weird. Yeah.
The Shaolin Monks had a great version of the Living Forest.
Yes, they
Yes.
do.
Yeah.
I
And
love
it
the
was
music. I love the
scary.
music in there.
And it was actually
And the new
scary.
kinds of trees they added, and all the the
Yeah, and they
stone
would swoop
guardian
and get you
statues,
with the
like everything.
claws.
and grab
Especially
you.
finding smoke in that forest.
Oh,
Oh,
dude.
That
yeah.
was gee.
I love his design in
God.
that game as well. Yeah.
So I think
It's
we all
so
agree the
smooth.
Living Forest has got to come back.
Yeah, sure.
Actually, yeah.
I mean,
Definitely.
Out of
how could
question.
you say no?
Out
you
of
know?
question.
Also, there's another stage. There's like a few stages I want like them to bring back. The portal stage from Mortal Kombat 2. The portal, especially in Mortal Kombat Deception. I like Mortal Kombat Deception's portal because like they have the combat ladders.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
have the
that was
combat
cool.
ladders
Oh,
in the
yeah.
back.
That was
That
neat.
was
So
nice
like
touch.
it looks so
Yeah.
good, like so good, like from MK1, MK2, and MK3. It really looks sick. And another one which is like
Tabmonk's
from the
getting
3D era.
Justin's. Oh, never mind.
Oh god,
Look at that.
I forgot to shout him out. Shout out to Justin Collin.
Oh, there's another one.
There's another
Wow.
one.
Show and tell.
There.
Exactly.
He's a great
From
3D
Throne Room.
artist.
We gotta
I
see his Throne
love
Room
this
come
guy.
back.
Love that guy's work. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the throne room, Tabmock, for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
now everything is custom.
Wait.
Delara's gonna have to clean her room after this.
Right?
Yeah, there's also mini hands like to troll people like
Gotta
Oh, those,
hand
like-
it to you.
What are the like hands from like JoJo's Bizarre
Yeah.
Adventure? Like
Hey,
they
Toasty. This is crazy.
well, I had a
This
plan
is
because
crazy.
I mean there's a convention happening this weekend I'm attending to with a table and I want to make kind of troll people when they buy a Mortal Kombat poster of mine. I'm like, here's your poster. Here, take it.
Hey, I'll buy a poster from you.
Huh?
I'll get a poster from you.
It's on my Redbubble shop if you like.
Yeah, all right.
I'll check it out.
Cool, cool.
Thank you.
I'll check it out after the stream is done.
It's okay, it's okay.
Oh.
We're gonna send you the link then.
I don't.
Also, I was gonna say another stage I want to brought back in the 3D era. I want the acid bath in
Oh,
Deadly
dude.
Alliance.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
Yo.
The
good.
acid
evil
bath from
Buddhas.
Deadly Alliance. I feel like that's a good concept. The way how like the statues, like
Yes.
with like the acid like
Yeah,
being
evil
poured
Buddhas.
all over you.
It also had
Yeah,
one
the
of my
Bu-
favorite
the Buddha.
tunes of the whole game. I loved the tune for that stage.
Oh
too.
yeah,
It was
Oh,
fantastic.
I love
that's so
I
good.
love the setting. I love the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And
I'm just
stuff,
a
like,
huge
with the
fan of any
sunset and
arena
everything.
that has that Asian influence to it. I just love
Yes.
that.
Yes, it does.
Whether it's just the music or whether it's the look, like Shang Tsung's Island Ruins when that came
Yes.
up in the demo, I'm like, damn, this has atmosphere. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So
The Dragon Lair
give me some
would
Asian
be
music,
also
give me an
nice.
Asian
Oh, yeah.
looking arena, and I'm
Yeah,
in.
Shaw Brothers aesthetics.
Yep.
Yeah, speaking of the music and stuff, like
Yeah.
I feel like the music and stuff, like on the path, like MKX and 11,
Declined?
Me personally,
I'll be
It
honest.
felt like
I
if-
thought it did a bit.
yeah, it felt like just kind of like they went to this like movie cinematic direction.
It
and
did,
stuff
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like it doesn't really feel Mortal Kombat to me,
Yeah. Yeah.
Bring back Dan Forden.
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Put Dan Forder on the boards, please.
I need to add to that because the Mortal Kombat 11 soundtracks doesn't really stick into your mind. It doesn't really get to an.
No,
Yeah.
not really.
We say in German Ohrwurm, like earworm, like staying like non-stop. You remember the beats and what else and whatnot. I remember all soundtracks of the previous games, but unfortunately, I really don't about the Mortal Kombat 11 soundtracks or the Mortal Kombat 10 soundtracks. It's actually sad. Like
Ever
they
since
have
after the
absolute
3D
Yeah, it's
era,
not
I
really-
found it
it's-
just kind of went
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, exactly.
It went down.
that.
Yeah, the
Deception
music
had a
went
good
downhill
soundtrack.
and stuff. I feel like that's the
It did.
most
I was
It
gonna
did.
say,
That's
I
why I
think
said
Deception-
after the 3D.
Deadly Lines
That's
of
the
Deception
most
had a good
important part
soundtrack.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
The music.
That's the most important
music,
part.
yeah.
And I think that was good that you guys brought that up because I was gonna tie that into the, if it was possible to tie that into like the game modes or whatnot, or like a certain mode in the future would be like a jukebox feature, like in like the future of like,
Well, like with
Mortal Kombat.
Tekken, like
Yeah,
with
Tekken
Tekken,
had that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, so I think that'd be great to like even have like the sound effects of like the roster, like the when you select a different screen or whatnot. I'm a huge fan of like the Mortal Kombat trilogy sound effects and like the roster soundtrack
Yeah,
is like probably the best
yeah,
one of all
yeah.
time. So
The PS1.
yes, the
version?
PS1 version. Yes,
Yes.
My
So,
guy.
Yep.
You my guy.
Yep. And so I think that'd be
Man of
great.
culture.
I'll never
honestly.
forget back in the day
You
when
still have
Chris,
it. You still have it though, right?
Yeah, I still have it. It's right back there on like one of the.
Yo.
Right there, yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
I still have it. The PS1 copy.
Yes, it's a great.
I'll never
game.
forget back in the day when Chris uploaded on Kamidogu like the soundtracks to all the old games. It was epic.
Oh,
Yes.
I've still got them on my
You get
computer.
to listen to
man, I
the 3D music era.
You know what I wish they would do? What NRS would do? Cause like I wish they would do like the soundtrack again. Like have him put out the soundtrack again by itself. Like remember like what they did back when they did with MK2, MK3, and then MK4 they put out a soundtrack.
You could buy the CDs.
like
it was
disc?
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And then they did with MK9 with like songs inspired by Warriors and stuff like that.
Inspired by is not the same
Inspired
as actually
by.
in game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They were
not
good.
in game, but they
They
just
were
did
good. Don't
something
get me
like
wrong.
that.
Skrillex was awesome on that, but yeah, they got it. We want the game soundtrack too.
Yeah, especially want the game soundtrack
Yeah,
and stuff.
Has that?
Like somewhat similar with like Killer Instinct.
Oh yeah.
Yo.
All right,
I mean, the
guys.
soundtracks of Killer Instinct were absolute. I need to say it, absolute banger. Love them.
Godlike.
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 Absolutely.
I mean, Mick
you
Gordon
could say it
is
had
the
a killer
composer.
soundtrack.
Mick Go- Put
I
Mick
think-
Gordon on the board for MK12.
I still
Yes,
work
yes.
on that
NRS.
shit.
But you know
just
what
saying.
NRS though? They kind of they just like rejected him.
I
on
mean, I am expecting everybody of you played Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
Of
Dude,
course.
yes.
Of course.
All they fear
Yes.
is you. I mean, it's his masterpiece. Sorry about
That's
to say
the
that, but
best track
that's
of that
yeah.
of that whole game.
I am. I mean, I started to work out, and it's on repeat. It's on repeat.
Understandably
like,
so.
That's been like playing on my streams whenever I play MKX and stuff. That's just
It's amazing.
blaring on repeat.
Great.
All
wasn't
right,
too
so
sure.
NetherRealm has never really been afraid of changing things from game to game. But I personally like a lot of things the way they are now. Like, I love the announcer, fatal blows, etc. So, what would you like to see change, and what do you hope they don't change in the next game?
Gameplay wise,
Well,
Gameplay
less
wise,
less
okay.
storyline, I guess. Like, cause like 11, it was like cinematic, and then storyline that is like less fighting. So I just wish they like kind of change it, like vice versa, like more fighting than like less of a storyline. So I think they might, will probably like, change that. But yeah.
Gameplay. If we're talking about
Gameplay,
gameplay, I
definitely.
don't
I would
like
say
definitely gameplay.
like no
Yeah,
break. Like I don't
I-
like the breaking system in Mortal Kombat 11. Go back to Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 9.
It felt
I
so
think.
different too. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, this feels different.
Yeah,
so-
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that gonna add something to like with the gameplay stuff, like with 11, like the fatal blows and then the breakaway system, especially like the meter regeneration and stuff. I feel like they need to take out the fatal blows and like for the fatal blows and especially like what was it? Crushing blows. Crushing blows also.
Yeah, that's also
I
a
I
point.
like the
Crush Blows, they give you
X-rays from Mortal
conditions.
Kombat 9. Just bring back the fucking power bar, load that up, and execute a X-ray move.
Simpler
Exactly.
time.
I agree with Jay.
Make the game
Yeah,
I agree with
fast.
Jay.
Make the game fast paced.
Yes.
Like X was like
Run button!
was
Yes.
run button. Yeah, bring up the
Run
run button. Like, run button on steroids. Like
And you know what? Bring back the
bring that
weapons
shit
like
back.
MK4 style.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
That'd be
That would
dope.
be
was
so
so
Yeah.
good.
Great.
That'd be dope.
That'd be
Yeah,
It might be
definitely.
hard, but I think they should do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
One
yeah.
thing I
I
love
mean-
Using the
but that-
sprint button.
I was gonna say that. Yep.
Oh boy, it bought me. Yeah, give me that.
Your weapon
War
dropped the
Gods
floor.
round.
Let me
I
take
don't
that.
know if this counts as gameplay, but you know what I want back and they haven't done since Mortal Kombat 1? Scores!
Points.
Oh,
Point system.
Yes!
Oh.
Point system.
True.
You know what? Actually, now that you mention it,
That's a good
Timeout
point.
Yeah, Timeout did on Blast Show. He posted like a video of like early MK2 footage where like
Yeah.
the score system was still kept on before they took it out,
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
that's right.
Scores and
memory.
winning streaks. Come on. Let's bring those back.
Bring the point system back.
Yes.
I want to beat somebody's score.
It would change the way
Let's take
people
it
play
back.
online for sure.
To
Exactly.
be honest, gameplay
Get something for
wise,
for the single players.
Yeah.
I mean, gameplay wise, they could actually remove the flawless block system.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
the
tried.
block too.
I mean,
That's just
I really tried to the competitive way by asking friends to train with me to show me how the frames work and what else and whatnot, and they couldn't explain me till today how the flawless blocking system is working. And I just gave up. I was like, this is so frustrating. Nah, I stick to drawing.
I
nah.
kinda-
Just right.
And
yeah.
please, tag
Like,
team.
oh
Yes,
yes.
Tag
Yeah,
team with
tag
online co-op. Where same
Yeah.
person,
Yes.
we can have two people on
Yes.
the same team. Co-op
That
tag
is-
team.
Instead of two,
Please.
instead of two people on one system, like
Yeah.
it can happen. It can
Yeah,
happen, but
two
like,
people on one system or
two
two people
people-
online together on one team, two paper.
That would
two
be
peop-
so
yes.
cool.
You know,
Yes.
it's strange
I
because
think because I said
it
I'm
seems
gonna
that
say,
we
hold
all
on.
want it back, but I believe it was according to statistics on MK9, barely anybody played it, and that's why they scrapped
Yep.
it for
I
MKX,
played.
Yep.
which is
I
very
don't
All
strange.
the people that played it. I played so much of tag team on MK9.
Oh,
You know,
so good.
statistics are all made up, and 14% of people already know that.
Am I in the minority?
Why theories again? Why theories?
You don't like tag team? Like, come on.
It's so great. It was so
Yeah.
great.
I love tag team. I don't know how you guys like this, but I really loved grabbing during a combo in MKX. Like to end on a grab when they're mid-air. I like that a lot. So
Yeah, yeah.
I really
Yeah,
wish they brought
definitely.
that back. It just adds more flavor
Yeah.
to and style
Sure.
to like your combo, to like a nice end on. And especially like when we were talking about the death traps. One map that I want to see back is Dark Prison from Mortal Kombat
Oh,
Deception.
Yes.
Oh, with the
Yes.
combatants in the
Yeah.
in the cells,
Yes.
is that yelling like
Yeah.
When
beat his ass.
Yeah, and I
when that
think it's
appeared
like-
in Scorpion's Revenge, oh my god, I
Oh
freaked.
yeah, yep.
That
yep.
was so sick.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
That was so
yeah. I
sick.
remember now.
And like if they maybe tried to figure out a way to, when we were talking about death traps and whatnot, to maybe like how we were mentioning, like turning it off and on, but if it's on, like maybe only activating the death trap if you're over like a 40% combo or like a 50% combo or something like that. That way it's like not like one
Yeah,
punch or
that's not
uppercut and
bad.
you're like in there. Like you could be like built up over time.
Kind of like,
Yeah.
That would be great.
kind of like style, like kind of like style, like trying to intermatch with a brutality.
Yeah,
When it
exactly. Like, yeah,
intermatch with
yeah,
the
like
death
intermatch
trap.
with the brutality, but like
That's kind
for
of
a
a-
stage, yeah.
That
Can I
would
just
be
throw a really
so
quick
cool.
random
Yeah,
idea
yeah.
in?
That would be dope.
Yeah.
So I would
Also,
say just kind of like end the death trap with the like when the health is low and stuff.
Yeah.
And you're just trying to end a combo with the death trap, just style in and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
One
One
thing
thing
Mortal Kombat Armageddon did get right, in my opinion, is I actually liked the air combo system and the fact that you can jump, higher than
Oh,
normal than
yeah.
you could in the other. I
Oh
wouldn't
yeah.
mind seeing
Mind
an
it.
air combo system somehow brought back.
I don't know, man. It was
I
a
mean,
little
there
too
was- there-
bouncy. It was a little too bouncy for my taste.
One thing.
Air combos in Armageddon, it kind of looked weird at first, but
Like
it
Crouching
kinda
Tiger,
grew-
Hidden Dragon style.
But these are super powered beans, though. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
Yep, it makes sense.
I didn't
Here's some-
mind it. I didn't. That's one thing. That's one
mean-
feature of Armageddon I actually liked. I don't think it gets talked about enough. As much as I
True,
kind
very
of crap
true.
on Armageddon.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, air combo looks sick. It does look sick. But I've seen combo videos of that, like they're pulling off infinites of that, which is like, okay, this is ridiculous.
Well, but they can fix it though. That's something they can, they can cap it somehow.
Release
Yeah.
the balance patch.
To be honest, if they do include that with the combos and whatnot, I do wish one stage wouldn't return because I would see my combos ruined. The ship.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, with the dangling
Which-
corpses and
Yeah. Oh
Wait,
yeah.
you
Yeah,
guys
no-
can't imagine how much I
oh,
lost
the
every
nether
time.
Yeah.
That's like the one time the arena was an impediment to the gameplay.
Yep.
Oh, dude. Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah,
actually
with
is.
the body of the dangling bodies, and then
Yes.
kind of like you try to
They-
Yeah,
do
the
a combo,
hanging
and then that
body,
body
yeah.
just kind of hit you from the back. I'm like, why?
Yeah, no, it was annoying. You're right. I completely forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for bringing
Yeah.
it up.
No,
that's
this
like
is fun.
this.
I
And
didn't want
finally,
to suffer alone.
and the last question, guys. We always hear about Earthrealm, the Netherrealm, Outworld, and sometimes Denia. How important do you think it is at this stage for the studio to start exploring and expanding on other realms and combatants mentioned briefly here and there, but are never really elaborated on?
Super important.
Yeah, they haven't really
Yes.
introduced new realms in a long time, and when they do, they don't really show them. They would, like when they introduced Viternus, they just said, "Oh, that's where she's from." Khan took it over, or
Right.
even like Deborah's realm, right? Like the Kaitin, Khan took it over. They don't really show you what these realms used to be like, and I think, like we said before about expanding on the characters and giving them more of a spotlight, they do have an opportunity to show us more realms that they've only talked about in the past.
Yeah.
They introduce too much, and they leave too much out there. Like, there's all these cool places and all these cool people. Like, tell us about them. Don't just mention them once and then brush them aside. We've seen
Yeah.
Raiden in every game and Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Tell us about, go back to these other storylines and give us more. Like, we're dying to hear about these people.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Hey,
Yeah.
Deception
Yeah.
tried.
The show-
Deception tried.
Yeah.
But Deception
Yeah,
kinda.
I feel like Deception,
did
like,
good.
it was best that they explained
Yes,
it and
exactly.
having like explore around. I feel like they need to talk about that more in a new Mortal Kombat, because like it needs some like more light, like in the other realms, like Chaos Realm, Order Realm, and
Dream Realm.
especially like yeah, okay.
Dream
Yeah, that.
Realm.
To be
We can
honest,
see Zatara.
Zatara.
Satara.
Satara, like we need to know about Reptile's race.
Yeah.
Like, what is his ancestors?
To be honest, in
Does
the
Reptile have a brother?
asking for
Does he have a
asking for a
sister?
friend.
Does Reptile have a grandmother?
I mean, in the Mortal Kombat 11 crypt, we could explore about this one room where those artifactual items were in there. About telling this weapon belonged to, I don't know, a Satarian queen before she got slaughtered by Shao Kahn. And to be honest, it isn't enough. Like, you're throwing unknown names into a game without explaining why. Like, as an author or like just a writer or in this case an artist, you need to do research and you want to try to draw them people into your world and draw them into your characters to make your characters identify themselves, or readers or just the watchers identify themselves with the characters. So what do I have? What kind of purpose do I have when I have a character I don't know about? Like, this is kind of the balance you need to juggle to draw the people in, and it didn't happen, and it's sad actually.
Yeah, I hate
So
like
Deception
wasted
did have a good try.
wasted characters.
Yeah, they wasted
Just-
potential. They big potential, big. Just hire me. I would save the whole universe. So yeah, I mean, it's just saddening to see that they're wasting so much potential,
Yeah.
whereas this world has so much to offer, so much story lore, so much character lore. I'm just frustrated, to be honest, at this point.
I think it frustrates all of us.
They should
Yeah,
like dive
There's a lot of
in.
stuff that needs to be uncovered.
They should like dive into other realms and plus other characters, like give them more spotlight because we know about Raiden, we know all
Exactly.
these characters. Like
Yeah.
we're tired of seeing the same characters. Can we just
Quite
move on to the
frankly.
other, like other characters? It's
Give
like,
the 3D arrow some love.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Make a hashtag out of it.
Order around the
And
chaos.
tell us.
Give the 3D arrows.
Yeah.
The 3D
Yeah.
era was cool because the way it introduced all these new characters and new realms, they did it in a way that never could have been done before. It's also never been done since. You know, that whole like exploring Order Realm yourself and
Yeah.
exploring Chaos Realm. Like we actually feel like we
Yes.
have a good sense of what those places are all about.
And that's why Conquest to me
said
is
it.
so important. It's not a linear path
Yeah.
that you follow through a story mode.
Yeah.
You get to explore it
Right.
yourself. And that's why I think
exactly.
they should
Yeah.
introduce, like, would even incorporate the crypt. Like, you have a conquest where you explore, and when you unlock things, maybe you unlock currency and you use that to, and then you go somewhere and you buy things, and that can expand over time. They can add to it over years and years. It's all there. They just have to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I also imagine that they could actually do the storyline for the actual story plot line for Mortal Kombat 12, and then add a conquest mode where you can explore after the storyline the areas, the realms, and why did it happen in the story, or meet NPCs to tell you, yeah, okay, go there to get this gear, or go there to unlock this character, or customs. So much potential, but I think the higher ups need to give the green light, and I don't think it will happen that soon. And I can imagine it would be also mean extra work. I mean, I did got a glimpse of this game industry. I studied game design and art, and what I've seen and got the experience, it's wild. So I can imagine it's gonna be a lot of work, tons of work. Yeah, tons of work.
Well, everyone,
Which-
unfortunately, it is about that time where we got to start wrapping up there. So is there any last few things you guys want to say? I think you were just about to say something, Jay.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, just based on what she was just saying. Like, I have concerns about Mortal Kombat 12. I feel like if it is coming out, this is being rushed, and it's got Mortal Kombat Armageddon written all over it. Unpopular opinion here. I think with the new Unreal Engine out now, like, I'd rather see Mortal Kombat 12 based on that and not reuse the Mortal Kombat 11 engine. So I just feel
agree.
like Mortal Kombat 12 is being
Yeah.
rushed just because it's the 30th anniversary, and fans
We
are
hope,
demanding
we
it.
don't.
And I think Warner Brothers
Yeah.
looked at the Mortal Kombat 11 sales saying, "Oh my God, this outsold every single Injustice Mortal Kombat. We're gonna do another Mortal Kombat game." I mean, even though we're kind of used to like the 4-year cycle and whatever, and I know in years past it was like a 2-year cycle, like with the 3D era, but I'm just concerned. I just have concerns for Mortal Kombat 12 that it's being rushed, and I just feel like it's got Armageddon written all over it, and I can't say I'm excited. I'm more concerned.
Don't worry, I
think
understand where
I
you're
should
coming
make
from.
a little map for you.
I
with different
agree with you. I
conclusions
agree
on
with
it
you.
that you can jump to. I think I should make a little mat for you with different conclusions on
okay.
it that you could jump to. A jump to conclusions.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank
We
you all
we
so
haven't really
much.
seen anything official for about MK12. I think it's a little premature to say they're rushing it.
I mean, if it's rumors
Sonic.
are true,
Uh-oh.
okay,
Oh,
that,
yeah.
that Mortal is the next.
Well, yeah, I guess in that scenario.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
I don't believe anything till I see it.
I think
That's
we
what
all love
gonna
the
say.
series, so we're hoping for the best. I think that's what Jay's getting
Yeah.
at.
Let's
Yeah.
let's just wait till like what NRS say, or let's just say what they're like deliver.
And then we'll come back on the podcast and we'll
instead of like
discuss.
fan theories and everything and stuff.
I don't think they're gonna rush MK12 just to meet the 30-year anniversary. I don't think they're gonna do that.
Yeah, that'd be a bit much.
Yeah, that's all. That's
Yeah.
all I'm really worried about. And now that we have a new Unreal Engine and next gen systems, like, I just feel like maybe they should wait a little bit. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Just give me rain and I will be happy.
Then you'll be right as
Bring
rain.
Mac back, please.
Yeah.
Please, that's all.
Well, everyone, we all appreciate you joining us today for the Mortal Kombat 12 discussion. Before we wrap up for today, we'll start alphabetically again. Where can our listeners follow you and your work?
Yeah, so I'm pretty simple. It's just really Instagram at the Island Boys, and then on YouTube at the Island Boys. Just started going on TikTok. I don't really know how long that's gonna last, but yeah, everything should be the Island Boys. Don't get it confused for the other Island Boys. They came after. So, but yeah, that's where you can find me.
Fantastic.
All right. I'm pretty much everywhere. So Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. So I'm just everywhere. Everywhere. Almost everywhere.
They're nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Everywhere. All over. Everything all at once.
Delara?
Okay, I'm gonna start. Well, I'm also everywhere, especially on Instagram and Twitter, and as well as Patreon, and having an own Discord server where I am chilling with my community and such. And yeah, I provide you with Mortal Kombat fan art, like this boy, for example.
Nice. Look at that.
Like, woo. So yeah, if you want to see more of that and other of my artwork, just follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and follow my Patreon if you like to support me with it.
Who's next,
All right,
Jay?
next up.
Okay. All right. So,
Yep.
I'm Jay St. G, Nerd Cage Live. It's youtube.com/NerdCageLive, also twitch.tv/NerdCageLive, and we're on Twitter. We are on TikTok. Join our Facebook discussion group. It's a pretty banging, awesome time. You know, a lot of like-minded people just talking about various nerdy topics and whatnot, and we let other content creators share their content as well. Yeah, you'll see me personally on Twitter at St. G Official, and we have a lot more content coming, and we also, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it now or not, but we have a huge giveaway coming up, so if you subscribe, we'll do a giveaway. Just saying.
Mm.
Oh, is that what I think it is?
You'll see.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right,
excited.
Mike.
Our turn. Oh, okay, so yeah, I'm everywhere on Twitter, Instagram at MikeJones_man. That's both my handles. Twitch and YouTube, Mad Mike 54. Definitely you can catch my streams on Twitch. Mad Mike 54. I'm a variety streamer stuff. I stream like 3-4 times a week, and basically I don't have a schedule on basically random times and everything. So if you catch me, just hit the bell and stuff and get notified, and make sure to catch it stuff and just hang out and chill. And also on YouTube, I'm just starting putting content on my YouTube and channel. So it's the same thing as my Twitch handle. So pretty much uploading stream clips from my Twitch channel, just in case you missed it. So that's pretty much definitely what all I have, right? Yeah, that's it for me.
Awesome. Well, guys, I'm Tabmock99. You can find me on youtube.com/Tabmock99. Also on Twitch and Twitter and Instagram. Those are pretty much my hangouts. It's my YouTube channel where I'm really big right now. I've got I just wrapped up a series where I was doing Mortal Kombat parody commercials. I just got done doing the 30th one just in time for the 30-year anniversary of Mortal Kombat. So that was a lot of fun to do. And now I'm getting back into it. I also do stuff like interviews with people in the Mortal Kombat, like behind the scenes and stuff. I also record like panels whenever I go out to an event. If there's a panel, I try and film it and upload it. But it's mainly my lore videos that I'm known for. So like my last lore video that I did was a breakdown on Katana. But I've also done breakdowns on characters like Sub-Zero and how he got his scar. Or I've done ones on Raiden and what does he mean when he's yelling and he does his torpedo move. Like I get to the bottom of that one. Just so much fun Mortal Kombat topics to talk about. And my YouTube is the best way where I can do it in a way that's, it's too long to go to on a tweet or even on an Instagram post. Like something like that really needs to be done right. And you really got to do it on a YouTube video where I can show all my sources and present everything and really make my case. And those are pretty much the places to find me.
Wicked. Well, that was definitely a conversation that will not go forgotten. Anything Mortal Kombat is always a pleasure, and speaking with such passionate fans is even more of a delight. I'm sure everyone listening is just as eager to see what the next Mortal Kombat game has in store. Thank you kindly for tuning into today's episode. Lots of good content coming up. You know how it goes, combatants. Have fun, stay safe, and
Stay flawless.
And stay toasty!